Hello, Blazers and Blazers families. My name is Aaron Spores. I'm the principal here at Daniel Boone Area High School. Today, I'm going to go over some dual enrollment here at Daniel Boone Area High School to try to help everybody understand the concept, the process, and also just exactly what it is to get into and participate in dual enrollment. So we're going to go over the what, how, and why very broadly, and again, some areas of support and where to get answers to questions if you have them. So first, what is dual enrollment? Dual enrollment is very simply, your students are enrolled for classes here at Daniel Boone Area High School. They're going to take those classes. And for taking that class, you're going to be dual enrolled at Reading Area Community College as well. So you're going to have a high school course, whatever that might be, on your high school transcript. And then you will also have a college transcript at the end of completing your dual enrollment, which will have a corresponding course on there worth the college credits. It is at a reduced rate, which makes it economically sound than any collegiate university. It's $99 a credit per course. Usually courses are anywhere between 3 and can be up to 8 credits depending on the difficulty of the course. On August 29th, I sent a Blackboard message out, which had an attachment pictured here to the right, had a lot of links and information that were clickable links to get to all of the enrollment, and also had the updated and approved listing for all of our 22-23 course listings. This year is actually the earliest that we've ever had our full list approved. We worked hard last year and over the summer to make sure we got those approvals through the university and also ourselves completed. So that was ready to go when our students returned to school. So on August 29th, that information went out to families so you could begin to register for dual enrollment if you so choose. It will be coming home as well in packets and that were given out to students this week and also available on the Daniel Boone Area High School website. Now, 2 questions. First question, why should you complete dual enrollment? Why should I complete dual enrollment is what the students would ask, or why should I have my student complete the dual enrollment is what parents will ask. First, you want to have either a general or specific goal in mind. Your goal is either a 4-year degree or your goal is something shorter than that, an AAS certificate or other area certification that can get you directly into the workforce faster than a 4-year degree will, or beyond a 4-year degree. If you have a 4-year degree in mind, that's your end goal, you're going to work backwards from there, being strategic and then maximizing your impact of your finances through which dual enrollment courses you take. And I will explain that more in the future slides. The other programs are designed, again, to get individuals into the workforce more quickly with some advanced training. So I'll go over those briefly as well in this presentation. So first, if you have a 4-year goal, I'm going to use an example. My example is myself, my 4-year degree, because I knew where to find the information so I could show everyone how to do this. So if you go to any university's website, they will have their degrees listed there that you can obtain there. And then somewhere within those pages, you will be able to find their degree matrix or course grid, if you will, that shows all of the courses that they require you to take to obtain that degree. So I went and found mine, technology education, engineering education for the full 4-year bachelor's degree. This is a screenshot of one of the portions of that course matrix. One of the requirements is English literature that you have to take. You have to take an English literature course from one of these options at Millersville University. So I see here the first option is English 230. So I could take that as an option, and that would satisfy that requirement in English literature. So I know that. So I then go also on Millersville website. All universities will have this somewhere. It's called their transfer equivalencies page, right? You can click from a host of different transfer institutions. RAC is usually there for many of the state schools. So I clicked on that. So you have that there. So what this gives you is a listing of Reading Area Community College courses right here and their transfer equivalency to Millersville. And I see down here, if I scroll down that grid, I see English 125, Intro to Literature, transfers in as English 230, which I need to obtain my 4-year degree that I want, and it's Introduction to Literature. it fits in my G1 block of courses. It's important. So we're going to continue. I go to here to our approved course dual enrollment list for 22-23, and I scroll down and I notice that our AP Lit and Comp with Mrs. Tomaselli is dual enrolled to give a student English 125 Intro to Literature at RAC dual enrollment credit. So now knowing that, I know if I complete that course right now, my 4-year goal is at Millersville University. I know that when I go to transfer my transcript from RAC over to Millersville, that course will transfer into my G1 block as English 230, which means it will transfer. There are many courses here that you go through and you can look into the matrix of the 4-year degrees. Maybe they transfer, maybe they don't. But working backwards from your endpoint, you know if something's not going to transfer into your degree, you don't necessarily want to take it because it doesn't fit what you want to do. So make sure you work backwards if you know what your 4-year degree is, so that way you know all of the courses you dual enroll will transfer into your degree. If a dual enrollment course doesn't transfer into your degree, but maybe RAC has another one, because you are a dual enrollment student, you can also be early admissions, meaning you could go take courses there on your own because you're already registered as a dual enrollment student. So again, maximizing your impact of your finances, you want to work backwards from your goal so you know which courses will benefit you most by taking them. Excuse me. Now, if you know that you want to transfer your credits, you know you want to go on to a higher institution, get a 4-year degree, you want to make sure that you use a general goal. You don't know what specifically you want to go for yet, but you know that 4-year degree is what you want to do. Well, there's something that you can do as well to benefit yourself. You can use this website on the left here. This is PA Track for students. It's .org. I'll link that in the presentation that goes out. You want to scroll about halfway down the page, screenshot on the right here. You want to look for that picture of the thumb drive and the 30 transfer framework for all the PA Track colleges. Okay. You want to click on that. Okay. What that's going to bring up is a basic 30 credit diversified portfolio of courses that you can take that will most likely transfer into all degree areas. I say most likely because it might not go 100% because it's a general 30 credits, but it's a good start, many of which go into almost all 4-year degrees. So you want to see there's 6 categories or buckets. You want to diversify. You want to diversify your choices that you take in each bucket. You don't want to take all your courses in one category, meaning if you look over here in this 5th bucket, this is mainly history. There might be some business, but you don't want to take everything in there because it won't diversify into the buckets, meaning they won't all transfer into the degrees. So if you have a general idea that you want to take a 4-year degree, diversify your dual enrollment choices that you choose, take 2 courses in each. 1 course, public speaking, English comp, will go into everything, and that will set you up best to transfer all of your dual enrollment courses on to the university you intend on going to. Now, before we move on to the next certificate area, the other thing to think about for a lot of people is competitive universities. So if your student is thinking about going on to a competitive university, those are your Ivy Leagues, your tier 1 colleges and universities, highly competitive to get in. A lot of times, those type universities do not take a lot of transfer credits. So your view of dual enrollment is for another purpose. It's to improve your application to that university. Because if you are competing against students from other schools, all schools have extracurriculars, all schools have sports, all schools have AP and high-level courses that students take. So all the students are going to do those things. Students are going to be leaders in the extracurricular. Students are going to be leaders in the sporting or band. But the one thing that we have that not every school does have is a very robust dual enrollment program with a lot of credits. So there's an opportunity for students to say, not only did I obtain high-level marks in my high-level courses and participate in a lot of extracurriculars, but also while doing that, I obtained 36 post credits from a university or a college, which is a benefit to them to have on their applications that they did this. So that's what your focus would be using that for, because many of those high-level elite universities do not traditionally take transfer credits to them to count towards a degree. So something to think about if you're going into one of those highly competitive tier 1 universities. Now, if your goal is less than a 4-year degree, meaning you decided you want to get some post-high school education or training, and then you want to get to the workforce much quicker than 4 years. 4 years just is not where your goal is at. It's less. The RAC has some opportunities for you to also use dual enrollment courses for. It's the AAS degrees, certificate areas, and again, that will get you directly into the workforce with some specified training that takes less than 4 years. For example, if you go to their website, you can look at the list of possible certificates. I'm going to use an example here. These are all the list of possible certificates. We're going to focus in on the business management certificate. If you click on the business management certificate, you're going to see the program list of classes that you have to take here. So we have 2 dual enrolled with us right now. We have financial accounting with Mr. Milan and principles of marketing with Mr. Stamey. You could take those 2 courses here, and essentially you would be get a head start on all of these other courses. Now, while you're doing the 2 dual enrollments, if you choose, remember I said, because you're a dual enrollment student, you could become an early admission student by taking these courses outside of the day, either online with RAC or at their campus. It's up to you, but you could take 2 courses here, which will accelerate your path to completing the business management certificate. So knowing how many dual enrollment and early admission courses you could take, you could be done with this a lot quicker than your peers who couldn't get a head start on the certificate because they don't have dual enrollment at their schools. So this is just another opportunity for students to, again, accelerate their opportunities so they're ahead of their peers when they leave here to get this done. Now, where would you use this business management cert? A lot of our students, I hear, entrepreneurship is a huge deal now. A lot of people are starting their own businesses. This would be a great way for a student to get some advanced training that would be on point for them starting their own business, things they need to know, but also do it quickly because they want to get started on making money, getting into the workforce. So again, it's an opportunity for them to get advanced training at an accelerated pace to get them on their path forward. As I always say for parents, are you feeling overwhelmed? Students feeling overwhelmed? I'm going to go over this in 5 easy steps. First, identify your reason or goal for taking dual enrollment. Is it a general goal or is it a specific goal? And once you identify that, you work backwards from there to make an informed choice on which dual enrollments you should take so that you can maximize your finances to be the biggest impact. You're going to research how to maximize your DE opportunities here, and also think about early admissions if that is better for you, knowing your goal. You're going to always consult with your school counselor. And then after that consultation, complete the DE enrollment, complete the course enrollment, and accelerate yourself down your academic path. We want you to be able to accelerate yourself down the path that you choose for whatever it is you want to yourself to be successful. There's always levels of support through this process. Dual enrollment and some of our other processes here for academics can be overwhelming, especially for parents. If you've never gone through it, this is your first child, maybe it's your second, maybe it's your third, things change, things get updated. The pandemic put a lot of changes into some of these programs. So as always, remember there's levels of support here for everyone, students and families alike. We always have our school counselors. They are your academic school counselors, Mrs. Sweet, Mrs. McColgan, and Mrs. Cannon. Reach out to them, set up a meeting. They can go over this with you and make sure that you make informed, correct decisions for the academic path that your son or daughter is choosing. If you need your school administrators, your 2 grade level assistant principals, Mr. Scaboria this year is currently 9 and 11, and Mr. Berger's 10 and 12 this year. And as always, myself, if you need us, we are always here. You can reach out to us via email or phone. And for dual enrollment specifically, we have at RAC our partner staff, Mrs. Marcinko and Dr. Hilberg will always be available to answer any specific questions for RAC programming. But those are all the levels of support. So if you have any questions, I want to thank you for watching today. I hope everyone has a great school year, and there will be further information shared at our back to school night on September 12th from 5 to 6 o'clock is when dual enrollment and financial aid will be presented by RAC staff. I thank you. Have a wonderful day.